This is another episode in the Philosophy is Fun, or the Allan's Answers podcast. Sorry, excuse me. And I have 5 questions lined up for tonight. The first one comes from some French guy, I guess his name. And they ask, do you feel your day is planned to the very last moment depending upon how you feel in a given day? Or do you feel that moments in a given day mold you in instance? And I have to say that I guess it depends, I feel like that originally before a day even happens, I feel like that everybody has some sort of general idea of how the day's going to play out, They have some understanding of what's supposed to happen. And because of that, I feel like that is first part of the question. It applies more to life in a very basic way, But I do feel like that there are situations in every single day that you don't plan for at all. They just kind of happen, And those moments can completely transform your life and just completely change the landscape of how you live. And it's just those moments in the day can mold you and transform you in your life. So both do apply. It just depends on the events that happen in your day, I feel like. So hopefully that answers your question. And the next one comes from Eliza. She asks, what are the needs every human has to be happy in their day-to-day life? And I feel like that the first ones are obvious, the general needs that everybody has for survival, shelter, water, food. I mean, you need to survive before you can be happy. And so those are just general obvious ones, but I feel like that in order to be truly happy, you need to understand what makes you happy, and what makes you happy it's such a case-by-case basis, Nobody can tell you what's going to make you happy in a given day, Everybody has general interests and ideas, and those help guide us to doing activities and things that will make us maximize our happiness, So personally for me, I need to be with my friends, I need to play video games every once in a while, I enjoy doing podcasts and stuff, so that makes me happy. And I feel like that it just depends on case-by-case basis. And then John asks, in general, do you think our emotions guide our thoughts, or our thoughts guide our emotions? And I feel like that it goes both ways, Our emotions guide our thoughts because when we're feeling a certain way, something happened in our lives, we start thinking a certain way, If you are sad, you're probably going to more likely to have pessimistic thoughts than optimistic ones, Then again, that depends on your personality, but in general, if bad things are happening, you're most likely not going to be thinking happy thoughts. So I think in that way they can modify our views and things like that. But I also feel like our thoughts guide our emotions, because when you think of something like a happy memory or something like that, then those happy thoughts will then make you happy emotionally, But it's also just like a counteracting, interwoven thing, Like if you are happy, you start thinking happy thoughts, and thus that makes you happier, So it works both ways in my viewpoint. So hopefully that answers your question, John. And then why exclamation point A, give me back my account, you ... asks, as long as you're happy, does anything else you do with your life matter, apart from the things that keep you happy? And I feel like that, yes, it does matter what you do with your life, because as long as you personally are happy, doesn't necessarily mean that that's a good thing, Like, my viewpoint is that you should improve the world like as much as possible while you're in it, and leave it as a better place than when you got into it, And I feel like that if you're generally just happy yourself, it depends how happy and what the cause of happiness is, If you just only do solely your selfish own wants and needs and you're happy with your life, you may personally think that you had a fulfilling life, but when you look back on it, if you didn't make other people happy, then I don't think personally that you can't say that it doesn't matter what you did with your life, If you hurt others to be happy, then yes, that definitely does matter what you do with your life, That's not a good thing. You shouldn't be doing that. And I feel like that you still have to be actively conscious of the whole environment in your world in general. Even though you're happy, somebody's not having a good day, And that could be for a variety of reasons. And I feel like that if you're happy and you help others, you'll make them happy too, and it's just a cycle, and it just helps make the world a better place. So I feel like it does matter what you do with your life, and hopefully you'll use it to be good. And then Samurai asks, now that I know I should conserve water, why does it feel like my world is less happy? I feel like that this is kind of like an ignorance is bliss kind of thing, you know? You realize that, alright, sometimes not everything is good. There are droughts, the world isn't always courteous to people, you know? People have bad days. The world can be a harsh place to live in if you are just always get kicked while you're down, you know? And I feel like that if you're ignorant of that, then you can go along living a happier life. But like that last person said, as long as you're happy, or like I said last time to that guy, I still don't think that ignorance isn't a good excuse for just being happy, you know? You need to be aware of your situations, and since you realize that you should start conserving water because wherever you live there might be a drought or something like that, you know? It's not necessarily a bad thing. It kind of raises awareness and makes you realize what the rest of the world is going through, you know? And I feel like that's good and bad in both situations. Like you said, there's negative side effects. Like personally, you feel like your world is less happy, and I feel like this is because you start realizing that not everything's perfect. Things don't always go the way that you want them to, you know? But I feel like that you should always make the best of it, and you go on the first step, you know? You realize that there's not unlimited resources, you know? You need to make the best of what you got, and if you conserve water, then you're going to start appreciating it more, and thus, if you appreciate it more, you get a better understanding for how the world works, and you can also help people in the process. And I guess that it's not really a bad thing. You should kind of how do I want to say this? You should welcome it with open arms, you know? You shouldn't be too worried, but you should start realizing that not everybody is in a great position as you and I are both in, so you got to respect that and help other people achieve the same spots that you're in. So that's just my opinion. Hopefully you guys like this episode, and I will see you next time.